Hi, my name is Michael Roberts and this is my power tools and hand tools video. So the main tool that I use when assembling furniture is this brushless cordless impact driver. So I've just checked the battery gauge. As you see, the green lights showing there's plenty of power for what I need. Slide that in and then you'll hear a click and you know it's connected properly. So it's a 6.35 hex quick release chuck. As you can see, the bit is also a hex bit. So it just slides in and clicks, again keeping it secure. You've got the buttons on the left and the right, forward and reverse buttons, just indicating which way the end bit will rotate. So to release the bit, you simply hold up the chuck collar. Without doing that, as you can see, the bit won't be able to release. So there you go again, I've held that up and it comes out. Battery slides in, click, and you know it's in. So I've got my magnetic bit holder here, again hex head, so and then that's just holding PZ to bit at the end. So in between the forward and reverse switch, as you just saw, there's actually a middle setting, in which case it's basically a trigger lock. So as much as I try and pull in the trigger here, it won't go in. So a little safety feature, worth checking before starting, just in case any faulty, if it carries on driving without you wanting it to. So here we've got this torque gauge. It's just adjust how much force you would like to apply through that screw. So depending on what material you're driving into, you may want to set the lower setting slightly lower, just to make sure that the screw doesn't sink too far into the material. Or equally, if it's a harder material, you may want to adjust it to one of the higher materials to ensure that it does go deep enough. You've got the battery release switch or button, so you just hold that in and then the battery will slide out. Onto the battery, put that in. My countersink bit. So I've got my countersink bit here. I put that in. Basically, the countersink drill bit just drills holes, creating space for your screws to go into, as well as the screw head to seat itself properly into the material. As if the screw was slightly proud, there's a lot of scenarios when assembling furniture where a proud screw could stop the next material from sitting flush against, say, a cabinet, for example, and that millimetre or two extra just may be the difference between everything fitting or not. So it's quite crucial to sink the screws properly. It also allows me to just seat my screws in there, in the material that's drilled, as I get my next piece lined up with it. Line it up properly, and then just, so I'm set, she's still on the max setting here, so I could have gone a bit lower here, but you can adjust how much force is being put through anyway, just by not holding the trigger fully. So first screw, I just screwed it in a little bit, just to hold the material slightly firmly, around about where I wanted it, allowing me to get the other screws somewhat caught up here, and then finish off the last screw. If I were to repeat this process with just 2 more panels, I've essentially assembled a unit to carcass.